Well, hello everybody. How are we doing tonight? It is time for another stream. Work on some stuffs. This is bent, but it still works. Alrighty then. So I've been working on getting some diffusers printed. I do have the LED strips printed. Well, the holders can't print LED strips. They're going to go in the front here, like a that or like a this. I don't know yet, but I got 2 of those printed now. Finally, they're not the prettiest to print, but they're super tall and super thin, so they were kind of hard to print. And again, the diffusers for those, so that can go in here. Yeah, went live a few minutes early. Why not? One rad. Albert, Brandon, what's up? So I did get a print off of the BLV with a proof slicer profile, which is pretty horrendous. My Simplify 3D profile is much better, but Simplify 3D is having an issue currently. I don't know why, but it's making my extruder go at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Don't like that. So one of the guys in Discord went ahead and created a new profile for me in Proof Slicer. So we're going to see how his profile pans out. Hey, Darren. Hey, Aaron. Everybody's here. Well, starting everybody's here. And I did print also for this a ton of these little T-slot doohickeys that have a slot for a zip tie to go through so that I can start actually cable managing everything, because I'm going to have LED strips that are going to come to here. I think I'm going to put these to a separate switch once it comes in, but I'm going to get those together, wire them up to this switch, and then I'll run the wires to the back. So I might just temporarily wire nut them together just to be able to have them on, but I'm not sure. But eventually they'll have a switch. I just forgot to buy the right switches. I bought momentary switches instead of, oh yeah, I'm still having issues with that motor. Yeah, you see that? So this motor over here is not playing nice. It's not a tonight problem, but it is a problem. So my jumper, I think one of my crimps is off a little bit. So I wanted to have that printing in the background, but that's not going to happen tonight. That's okay. Tonight, we're working in Fusion 360, which you can see right here. I'm going to go ahead and switch up my view here to that. So here is Fusion 360, and what I have sitting here in front of me is Ultra Magnus. This is a design that Aaron and Brandon came up with. I think it's mostly Aaron, as he had already converted an Anet A8 Plus. Brandon had one and said, yeah, I'll work on that. So they have been working together on this design for a little bit of time now. And so far, it's looking fantastic. It really is. The few things that I need to work on is, number one, I need to pull the logo here out of the front so that I can put that onto a different power supply. So Brandon is using a Meanwhile power supply, which is one of those thin, skinny ones. The way that I'm going to rebuild the Anet A8 Plus is as stock as possible, meaning I'm going to try to keep the BOM to an absolute bare minimum cost. I want to see, obviously when I get the unit, I haven't got it yet. It's literally should be here any day, anytime now. I'm just waiting for it to arrive. But we're gonna live stream build it, and we're gonna do some test prints with it. I'm gonna give my opinion of the printer as it is. Then the goal is to totally rebuild the printer and upgrade it to be so much better. But again, trying to keep cost in mind. And one of the best things to do with pretty much any super crappy printer with a, well, it's not super crappy. I can't say that because I haven't tried it yet. But any like super cheap 3D printer that has a very, very cheap extruder on it is to throw a bare one on it. So this bare X carriage here, or Z carriage, whatever you want to call it, is already modified to fit the spacing of this printer, of the A8 Plus, and the rails are already sized, so we don't have to pull the bear in here. We know it's going to work. Brandon went with a BMG bear. I'm going with a standard bear. I really like it. I like the way that I just like it. So I already have the gears for that, and I already have a filament sensor for that, so that's great. So that's one cost, is the filament sensor, which is, again, I think like $13. And then the gears you can get for about $10 to $15. I'm going to use the stock power supply that comes with it. So I'm going to make a new power supply tonight on the stream. And I'm actually just going to modify the one that I made for Megatron. Easiest thing to do. I know it'll fit and kind of can go from there. Train of thought. So yeah, he redid the the Z motor mounts, the top Z motor mounts, or top Z carriage mounts, I guess, for these ones here. So this is what holds your smooth rod and your lead screw in there. Got some braces on the back. The motor mounts wrap around the side, give a little bit of extra flashiness to it. These are pretty styling and profiling. Look at these ones here. These Z motor mounts are looking good. There's a logo again, right there. So he did create or modify. This is the Universal SKR case. So he went ahead and just pulled it down more to basically be able to hide all the cables. The cables will go underneath here, which is really nice and easy. So that's where your cables will come in at and get up into the printer. You've got your X back here. This also is the optional to put X up top or here, but we probably can use the one down there as well and get all of that sorted in there, which should be good. He also added in his little finesse. So this is the front face, and this is how you can print a hole that's non-supported. So you don't have to put any supports in here, so that's pretty good. He did that to all of them, looks like. Yeah, all of them have that now. I would like to see this model cleaned up a little bit, but maybe we'll do that in the later, kind of go from there. So also, a little interesting way to do this is the way that they cut down some extra extrusion in order to lift the Y carriage up. So it's the one issue we had when you're using the motors and these very, very low profile Y rod mounts, is that you're bringing the carriage down so much that you actually, if you were to mount that flat, your carriage would run into the Z motors. So either on the right side, or your sensor will run into it on the right side, motor running on the left side. So I'm looking at the other wrong way around. So in order to combat that, on the I tried Aaron as well. I just really wasn't going to. I tried a little bit, but I figured I would try again later. But anyways, yeah, so that's why we have to raise up the whole Y gantry up 20 millimeters so that it can clear the Z motor mounts. And an interesting way that they found to do it was to use some extra pieces of extrusion cut down to size. I believe these are what, 80 millimeters? Yeah, they're 80 millimeters long. And use some blind joints in there to hold those together. So they're going to be super duper tight with those blind joints. And just throw on some little extra corner brackets here. Just a little bit of stability and a little bit of just finesse. Makes it look a little bit nicer there. And I like that look. I do not have multicolored extrusion, so I'll be using whatever I have. I was kind of hoping I would have some extra black laying around, but I don't. I do have some black 2040, but I do not have any black 2020. So since I am also waiting for an SKR 1.3 to put in this build, I might just order a stick of colored extrusion. So yeah, you could, as Aaron just said, any size you want. You could have this go, you could use a piece 2040 here instead, because this front piece is 472 millimeters. So I could just use a stick of 2040, if you get a meter long stick, and then you could use that and just cut that down to size and just use 2040 in front and the back. This just gives a little more of an edgy look. I do like it. I will say that. I do like that quite a bit. So I don't know what I'm going to personally do for that yet. I need to decide. Yeah, do need to figure out what I'm going to do, because I wish I had some extra 2020 black laying around. But I know I have that one small piece of 2040 I have a lot of other 2020 here, but I'm using it for other projects, which maybe I should try and cut those down and use some of that for this as well. But that is going to be a little further down the line until I get to that point. But again, tonight's whole goal is to figure out the power supply. So that kind of gives you a little bit overview of where we're currently at with Ultra Magnus. And again, this has been this is the first day I've opened up this file. So this has all been Aaron's baby to date, with Brandon helping him out on sizing and how to get all the models in the right place and how big something is, the position of the gantry and things like that. They've been working really, really hard on that. So I'm glad to kind of try and help out with the project and enjoy this. So what we're going to do is go in here to Sketch 25. Let's see here. Can you edit here for me? There we go. So we're going to go in here to this, and we need to finish pulling out the logo. So you can see right now that's the only part that's done. We need to do a little bit more on there. So we're just going to use the line tool and just trace out this last bit here. So that we can have this all done. Actually, I think he just projected it, didn't he? Did you just project this, Aaron? I also want to see about how to make this thing dual extrusion. I think it would look cool. Right now, the way that it is, yeah, you project it. Okay. So it's really cool how he colored this. So you see the inside of that is one color and the outside's another. What I want to try to do is I'm going to try doing the power supply first, but I'm going to use this design. I'm going to pose it on the power supply. And then what I want to do is I want to go ahead and make a block behind it inside of there. So instead of doing dual extrusion in the normal phase of where it fills it totally flat, I want it to be indented, but I want the indent you to see this other color sliced in there. I think that will look cool. And the only way to do it without seeing around the edge is dual extrusion. Thankfully, I've got a Palette 2S Pro that will really help me do that. He helped me on doing all the Megatron dual color prints. So I really think that that will add a little bit of icing to this cake and really look good for that. So we're going to go ahead and finish that sketch. And then should be able, oh, I can save as DXF. Thought there was a way to create it into an SVG. I've done it before. Where did my model go? Fusion's lagging a little bit, sorry. What else is new? This timeline is crazy. There's a whole lot going on in this printer. So let's see, can we? I might just have to copy it out. So we need to go to here. We need to go to Megatron. And then I have this one. We're going to copy that into Ultra Magnus. Here, Ultra Magnus. And let's go into the Megatron power supply. It's fine, man. Cleaning up the timeline is the last thing that I ever do in a project, so there's no worries about that at all. ADD Fusion, yeah. So the one thing I also need to figure out, Aaron, is if I need to keep the little dog leg on the back of my power supply mount, because it might interfere with the 2040 by 40 corner bracket that you made for it. Need to figure that out. This is taking a hot second to open up. Come home, Fusion. Need like music to play about this or something. Oh, let me charge my phones while I'm just standing here working on this. Don't need my phones. Hey. 154 is what I have to work with. Okay, let's keep that in mind. I'll measure it once I get in there. Because if I don't do that, that's okay. What I'll do is I'll just add in some mounts that you mount in first before actually putting it together. Megatron's power supply is pretty minimalistic. Really just fits. So, and Fusion is still thinking about it. Still thinking about it. Killing me, Smalls. But a good news today in the mail, I did get finally a 10-pack of 16 gig SD cards. Because funny enough, it's cheaper to buy 16 gig in a 10-pack than it is 4 gig. What the heck? I need this because I'm building all these printers and working on all these things. I'm running out of I literally run out of SD cards. So I'm very happy to finally have some more SD cards around because the BLV is using a micro SD card in an adapter, which no one really likes. Hey, the guy, Sea Waving Air, what's up? So, yeah. And still waiting on Fusion. Killing me. Aaron, how far are you on the Volron build, man? The people want to know. Which is me. Hey, there it goes. Okay. So I do want to try to go into this sketch one more time and see if I can. I'm going to save it as a DXF. I thought I could save it as an SVG. The guy just learning Fusion 360. You know what? I'm still learning Fusion 360 too. I am by no means good at this. So we're going to go ahead and start this from scratch. So all that means is I'm going to just clean up my time. I'm going to do not capture history, continue. That's going to eliminate the history. We're going to go ahead and extrude out the name, Megatron. Without any history, this is all going to be nothing. And I will start with just a blank power supply, which is what I want. Draw that to here. Okay. Now I can right click this. We can do capture design history. So timeline is back. We're going to rename this project, this thing, rename. Come on, rename. Stock PSU cover. Hey, Judd, what's up? I appreciate you watching, buddy. And there we go. So assuming that nothing has really changed, again, the power supply is the same as the one that I'm using. So it's the 114 by 52, I think is what it ends up being. Let's just double check this. 50, 114 by 50 is what it is. So easy day. Now we're going to create a sketch on here. Head to no. If I do like that, I copy it. Well, let me paste it in here. No. So I gotta figure out how to get that out of there. If I save it to DXF. what would that do? So insert not a canvas. Nope, nope, stop. Insert DXF on here. Search for it, Ultra Magnus. There it is. So now we can go ahead and position this how we want it. An SVG would definitely be better. I thought there was a way to do that. It's definitely not letting me copy and paste. Right click, copy. Thinking again, sorry, it's frozen up on me here. There it goes, it did let me. Okay, cool beans. All right, so we're gonna try to get them in line right there. Do it like that. Okay. There we go, easy day. So now let's look at putting in, let's get some text going here. Let's put his name on here. Why not? Gotta have his name on at least one place on the printer. We're gonna go text, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go Ultra Magnus, and then I'm gonna pick my Transformers font. Pretty sure it's just called Transformers. Transformers. Or the Transformers movie? Transformers movie, there it is. And then we're gonna scale this up a little bit. So let's do 12. Oh, too small. 15. Oh, 15 looks pretty good. What's regular Transformers then? Nope. All right, Transformers movie it is. Try and get that kind of center there. That, okay. And there we have it. So we need to also check, we can finish that sketch. We can hide that sketch then. Okay, there's no chamfers on his face, easy enough. We'll go back into here and we're going to extrude this. There. -1. All right, so we've cut the name into our model now and his face, so that's carved in there. What I want to try to do, don't know if this is going to work, so let's see. We're going to create a sketch on here again. Make a rectangle right here. Okay, finish sketch. We're going to extrude this -2. Okay, we're going to have that cut. Okay, I might be going the wrong way. We're just experimenting here. We'll see what happens. Okay, so we're going to cut around that. Okay, now I want to extrude this by 1. Extrude by 1. Okay, that's fine. And I want this to be a new body. Okay. Then I want to extrude this again. I might need to do this the other way around. 1 millimeter and join. So if I go to bodies, I only have that one body. Okay, so let's backtrack that. Finish sketch. Let's extrude this. What's the best way to go about doing this? I want that to be a separate body. So, we can just do, here what we can do. We can do 2 sides. We're going to go -2. And we're going to go -1. Okay, so it's cutting inside our model here. this. It's not working. So -2 there. Oh, I just need to make that 1. That's just going to be 1. And we're going to make this a new body. I feel like that's still not right. Cancel that. Extrude 2 sides. We're going to go this one 2 millimeters that way. This one, we're going to go -1. There we go. That's what I want right there. So if you see, the red box is inside the model. We want this to be a new body in there. Not allowing it. We'll see. We'll cut it first. Okay. That's cool. Now we need to turn that sketch back on. Sketches. And now we need to do the same thing again. 2 sides. This needs to be 2. This needs to be -1. This needs to be a new body in there. Okay. Sweet. So now we should have 2 bodies. We're going to call this text color. So now let me turn off the sketch here. So now if we're going to go ahead and color this, so let's find a nice blue. Matte blue for that, okay? And then we find a white. Matte white will be that body in there. Didn't that work? Maybe we need to do you know what? I've got to turn timeline on. So we know what we need to do. Let's back this up a little bit. Start right there. Let's turn the timeline back on. Okay. So let's go ahead and extrude this. Let's do -1.5 this time. I want to make sure that this stuff is out of the way. Do another sketch here. There. Now we're going to go, probably should make it a little bit closer, right? There. Finish sketch. Now we can extrude this one, this one. Oh, showing up as one thing there. Interesting. Why is it doing that? Did I extrude the wrong part? Maybe I did. Fixed it. That's fixed now, isn't it? That's how it's supposed to be. Okay. Oh, is it shorter there? Shouldn't be shorter. So now we can do another sketch here. That. Just gonna do one of these at a time. The other sketches annoying me. Just as two-sided. -2, 1. There we go. So now we do the same thing here. We can do another sketch here. That. Extrude all of this. There we go. 2 sides. 2 there. -1 there. New body. Okay. Boom. There we go. Ah, I see, Aaron. I think I got it though. This should work out. So these are my 3 bodies. So we have the text color, and we have the face color. I think that's going to look pretty good. So now what it's going to do is when I do the dual color print, I'll pull this into Canvas in a minute, and hopefully I'll be able to show you guys. But I want that inner block, just that inner block, to be one color. And I figured this way we have a far less chance of failure because I'm not trying to get intricate little pieces with any of this. I just need it to extrude. So maybe, just maybe, it will work out the way I'm hoping it will. But Ultra Magnus now has power supply. I want to do some proper coloring here. So what color did you use here for the blue? Is it translucent blue or the glossy blue? Be that color. White. ABS white for that. ABS white for that. Right click properties, eh? Plastic translucent glossy blue. Nice. Okay. So I kind of what I picked. So there's the translucent glossy blue. Okay. So now we can save this out. Okay. We're going to go into here and we can close all that up. We are going to hide that. Okay, boom, that's gone. And then I'm not going to need this one either. So we'll hide that one as well. So now let's go to here and let's pull the power supply in. Well, the power supply mount, we'll pull the power supply in later. We can just update that. Go here. Need to rotate this 90 degrees. Pull it back here. Okay, now we're going to go to the Modify Align tool. We're going to click on that corner there. And we're going to pick on that corner there. Going to flip it. Like that. That is just in the way, Aaron. Just in the way, brother. Okay. We use different color blues. See that? Man, can't take you anywhere. Plastic, translucent, glossy. Why does it look so different? Hey, Paul, what's up? Yeah, no, I know you guys had this issue. The 20, 20, 40 corner. So oh, that's just one of them. Okay, where's the 20, 40 shorty? Let's copy. Didn't do it. Isn't it, Aaron? This one it here? It's 20, 40, 35. That's slotted. 20, 40, 35. Well, this is your newest version, brother. At least this is the one that you sent me. Mm. Also, this is sitting on 2040, so I just need to move my hole here a little bit, and I could just screw straight down to the extrusion instead of adding on those under brackets. Maybe. I could lob that off. I'm going to have to lob that off. So if I move these holes on the bottom, then I can do that. So also let me go ahead here into Megatron, and let's grab the power supply support. Wherever the great googly moogly that is. Can I move it somewhere else? Or is it hidden? No, it's not hidden. Where are those parts at? I found a problem with Fusion is that I can't actually search in Fusion, which is pretty crummy. Here. No, Judd, I do not, because it's internal and there's nothing in there to bug it. So on Megatron, this is how it mounts. It has those 3 mounting points. So 2 20/20 brackets on the bottom, and then this corner right here, and that keeps it nice and snug. Then we have this nice beefy cap. So we're going to copy this. Ultra Maguns here. We're going to paste new. And we're just going to leave that right there like that. And then I'm going to see if I can copy those and paste them in here. I don't know if it'll work though. No. I do one at a time. Copy. No. Okay. So let's go here and we're going to grab this and this. We're going to copy those to Ultra Magnus. Supply in. Try that again. Hey, Dan, what's going on? 90. There we go. Now we can use the nifty align tool again. Modify align. Just going to pick the I guess we can just do it this way first. Align that face with that face. And then that face with that face. Okay. And then we can move this straight up until it's in place. Oh, shikes. Those two pieces came apart. Okay, let me rigid group. Okay. All right, let's try that again. Okay. Align. We can just do that face, that face, and then this face to this face, this face to that face. Okay. There we go. Now we can just recolor the top there. Save that. Go back into here. And that's not going to work at all. So we're going to have to, man. We're going to have to modify this, Aaron. Because Megatron is using 2020. Magnus is using 2040. Go back into here. Oh, that's one. Get out of here. Dude, I'm on the lowest level here, man. You try to fool me. This way. Flip it over. Okay. We've got all of that now. We can save this. And then we're going to highlight everything, right click. Come on. We're doing a rigid group here. Capture position of you, you, and you. Okay. Save that one more time. Back into the bear. The A8. Let's see if all that aligns. It aligns. Okay, great. So either way, we at least know where we're at here. So we can align this here to that face. And then this face to that face. And then bottom to the top. Okay. So that's how it looks. And again, clearly, that needs to be adjusted. So the back side is not quite right either. Doesn't quite fit. Even on the back part of this, when that aligns there. Thank you, Jim. Oh, just go with the one. So if we just go into here, we're going to extrude that off. And just do the front. Oh, that's not straight either. Oh, shnikes. Start moving it over by 10. Fix this later. I just want to see if this lines up. Dan, this is a 300 by 300 bed. Still not there. So if we inspect the distance between here and here, it is 8.15. So let's take this and move this another. No, I want to move to group. Come on now. Come on, man. Move. 8.2. Save that out. Okay, that lines up now. I can see if we can join these two real quick. Oh, that's at a weird angle now. Just kind of delete some of these pieces here. Make that all one. There we go. That looks good. This side looks okay. Yeah. I think that looks good. What do you think, Aaron? That gets that to line up at least. This again, see how this looks. There we go. Now that lines up with that. Although there is some space in there. It makes me wonder, what's the, between that face and that face is 1.5. We're going to extrude that. 1.4. Just make that a little snug against that piece of 2040. I'm not looking for fine, Brandon. I'm looking for fan freaking tastic. That's what I want. Oh, dear me. There we go. All right, so now that we have that, okay, so now we have this. This tab here lines up with that, but these underneath do not. So I have a few options here, which is to these holes are just off by a little bit. And options are just bolt it down to the 2040 frame right there, or put the two tabs under it like I have in Megatron. I think I might just bolt it straight down. That's pretty easy to do. That's 3 bolts putting it down. We'll add one more, on the side, really not needed. But that's gonna butt up against that 2040 and really fill that gap, and that'll give me my stability on that part there. Well, Aaron, it wasn't aligned for. That's a line, dude. Check your interference. You might have missed a line. I have this. This is aligned with the very inside of the. So the 2040 is here, and this PSU is aligned right on the face of that. I can try to do it again. So let's align. Where's the line at? Here. Supposed to go here and there. Okay. That did not move at all. It's not off by much, but it is off. Turn off the PSU cap. There we go. Yeah, so there's our center line is here. So we're not off by too much. So the thing I'm going to do is, I think I have. Oh, you don't think I should have? Okay, let's do this real quick. Let's move this out, and then let's align that inside face with that inside face. Back on. Save it. Here. Let's turn this back on. Let's update the model. That's good there. Try to verify there's a gap on Megatron or not. Let's see here. There's no gap on Megatron. I don't know what you want me to inspect, Aaron. I'm not tracking here. Also, that hole is not aligned. I see what you mean there. I need to delete that. State it here. I need to move it 1.5 millimeters over. Come on, update. Now, if we take this here, we move it, move it that way. Just going to do negative 1.5. Yeah, see, it's a line, but it's cutting in there. I wonder if I grabbed the wrong power supply. Let me grab something that's not just that bottom mount. Let me grab the full one here. Got a few versions here. I don't know why I have different versions. I've got a version 1 and a version 6. But they look flipping identical. Let's copy version 6.0. What's in the model? Let's see what's in the model. Because whatever's in there is obviously the right one, because this should be the full Megatron. Sit here. So number 6. Okay. So let's make a copy of number 6. So I'm going to copy this into Ultra Magnus. I might have copied the one that didn't fit, Aaron. You're right. So let's go into here. And I'm going to do a quick pull that out. We're going to create a sketch on top of here. There. Sketch. Split the body. Using that tool. Okay. And we're going to move this negative 19.2. Okay. Now we're going to combine those. I'll just pop this off real quick. Okay. Let's just save that now. Let's hide this one. Then let's pull in this one. Let's see if we got it. Oh, I need to make this a group real quick. Making a rigid group just means when I move one part of this piece, the whole thing will move because it's already together. So now we can go ahead and use the align tool and do that face to that face. And we're going to go here to here. Now we're going to go bottom to top. Okay. So that is still cutting in. Wonder if we made it crooked, right? Because I mean the difference between that and that is not even a millimeter over. So I'm wondering if we actually made it a little bit crooked. Because if I just shave off negative 0.9, actually I can't do that. I need to do a sketch here. Extrude this by negative 0.9. If we do it to that one, 1.88, and then we save that, go over to here, update it. For it to update. No, not at all. Oh, wait, I guess they should be technically. So if we remove this, and if we do inspect that face to that face, that is 3 millimeters, and that face to that face. Yeah, they were the same, but I guess it's just misaligned. Yeah, they are the same. Just something in them is off by a millimeter. I mean, it fits on that just fine. So I'm gonna leave it as it is here. It looks like it's going over, but it's actually not. It could be there's just a little more wiggle room up in there. I'm not 100% sure. It's definitely aligned. The line that face to that face. Okay. So now those are aligned. And then we can highlight all of this and create the rigid group again. Okay. Yeah, we know the PSU fits. It's just getting those two parts perfectly aligned is the tricky part. Save out, save. Here, update that. Come on. Update for me. There we go. Yeah, that needed to be shifted over a smidge. Good deal. All right, so now let's redo everything I did on the other one. Good golly. Clean up these faces a little bit. I want to get rid of that one. I want to get rid of that one and then that one. Here, get rid of that one. There we go. Save that out. All right. So yeah, so we got that part. But now if I hide the power supply, not that one, remove that one, update this again. That. Looking down in here, I'll hide the cap. Where's the cap at? Hide the cap, hide the corners. Oh, we're dead-eyed now. Yeah, so definitely I was using the wrong version that first time. So now we're dead centered on that. So I can use 2 T-nuts on there. I can have a 3rd T-nut on here. Actually, that is misaligned there. How am I aligned everywhere else except for there? Go back to here. Made corners for now, and that. Let's realign. That face to that face. Those inside faces should match. Save that again. And here, update. Here, and I tell, oh, come on, update. Yeah, I did align the internal faces there. But I want to align now here on this one, that interface with that interface. Okay. Because that's what this hole rides off of. Those other ones are, again, off. Not by much, but they're off. That means this is not over enough. I need to extrude that out some more. So if we inspect, can I get it to face? Somehow, maybe? This. Oh, that's that 1.15. That's 1.2. I need to go more. So let's. That body with that tool again. And we're going to move .2. Negative. Oh, I don't need to do it that way. Hold the chuck up. Need to go right to there. Sketch. I can split this body, this tool. Does that not work? It didn't work. Split body, that body with this tool. Okay. There we go. Now we can move this. Negative 1.2. We can group these back together. Cut that off. And then redo our niceties here, which, oh, that looks good, actually. So now we can resave this to re-enable the power supply. Save that out again. Update that model. So when you're working in Fusion, if you work in one object in a different window, and you pull it into your main model, you only have to work on that. Then up top, there's this little up top there's this little chain with a exclamation point on it. Update that, and that updates the model and pulls this in. So now we should be fully aligned, and ready to go. So something I do kind of want to check though is I almost want to undo that and see what the thing was. So if I do Control Z, there it is right there. That's how far it moved. And with this way, those are aligned. So if I do an inspection of this face and this face, I get 1 point. So I need to move those over 1.2, basically, 1.158. Let's redo all of them to where we are now. Okay. So going into here, we can now hide the cap, that. Just do a sketch on here now. And these need to move which way? Towards the switch, I think it was. And they move towards the switch. So let's do a line from here to here. So I'm going to do another line here of 1.158. Line here of 1.158. That's not where I wanted that line. And then this circle is how big? 4.5. Circle here, 4.5. Circle here, 4.5. Okay, finish that. We can extrude these down. Not you. Not you. That's not what I wanted. Not what I asked you to do. Extrude. You. Ooh. You and you. All the way down. Cut that out. Re-enable the sketch. Not that one. Where's my main sketch at? Cap. I want the cap. I want sketches here. Enable that one. There we go. Now we can extrude that one and that one to the bottom. Okay. And there, our holes are moved. You can undo the sketch, save that, or hide the sketch. We're not undoing anything. Go into here, update this, and those holes should pull over and be aligned. Potentially. At the top. Great shooting down the middle. Not bad at all. That 1 millimeter. What's up now? That's much better. That 1 mil off. Okay. So we can go ahead and close this out. And we can go ahead and save this. We'll re-enable everything here. We're not going to need these anymore. So actually going to delete these out. Delete that out, delete that out. That's cool. We have cap on, all that on. And save this one more time. There we go. So I'm going to delete this one. If it lets me. It'll let me there. It does it. Come on. Delete. In use. You're not in use anymore. Oh, maybe I need to save this. I haven't saved that one in a while. Tell you that it's not in there anymore. Come on, Fusion. Okay. Now can I remove you? Okay, not yet. Fine, whatever. Whatevskis. I'm going to go to bodies. We're going to delete those. And we're going to extrude all of this. Again, we're going to redo what I did before. I might be able to go and copy that. Back out of it now. Go back to my blank slate there. Save this. And we're going to restart the timeline here. Okay. So if we go into the original Ultra Magnus here, man, my wrist's getting tired from this. And not that. Where did I do this at? What back was that? It's way back, wasn't it? Oh yeah, way there at the beginning. Okay. Fine, whatever. We'll just have to copy it out. Again, up here, sketches. Find out where it was again. Aaron, where's that sketch at? I think you told me. I can't find it now. Front frame component. There it is. So front frame, sketches, 25. highlight this, right click, copy that, on here, get rid of you, don't save you. We're gonna do a new sketch, paste that in, there it is. Get him right about there. Maybe, come on, Fusion, it's frozen up on me again. Pretty centered right there. I like that. Okay. Now let's do the text again real quick here. So we're doing this as 15 millimeters. You know, doing Magnus. This. Transformers movie. About centered. Okay. Finish that sketch. We can turn that off for on. You need an on chain. Need to extrude all of this now. We're doing the negative 1.5. Okay. Now do another sketch here, which is going to be there and there. Extrude these now. These all filled in, so I'm going to highlight all these now. Okay, we're doing this as two-sided. That's going to be 2 millimeters. This one's going to be negative 1 millimeter. Should get, oh wait. Did that as a, cut needed as a new body. Okay, there we go now. Now let's colorize the sucker. Blue, transparent glossy blue. And white, we're going with the ABS white on, where is it at? That one, both of these, oh, they're already in there. So this is the color. Come on. This is the face color. Now, I think it's fairly official. Update this. Oh, componentalize everything to put sketches into the appropriate components. Yeah, I lose track of a lot of things that way. I like having all the sketches out there, but the components are in there. When you import the component into the master Fusion file, your sketches are in that component. So you have to remember that. David asks, this a follow-up to Megatron? Kind of, sort of, yeah. So this actually is a Anet A8 Plus frame, everything from it. The only thing we're going to swap out is the, something not showing up in here. I have it hidden. The only thing we're not going to have is we're going to replace the board, and we're going to replace the hot end extruder with a bear. So we need some BMG gears, and we need a Mark III's IR sensor, filament sensor for that. So that's not imported into this model yet, because it doesn't need to be yet. So that's why that's not there yet. Lots of yets there. But say looking pretty good here now. Don't know if I like the blue power supply or not, but maybe it'll grow on me. I don't know. Red, white, and blue is his colors, but having blue on one side, red on the other might trigger my OCD a little too much. I don't know yet. Time will tell, though. So got his logo on 3 components. So on the SKR base, yeah, the base for that, the Y tensioner, and now on the power supply, and there we have his name, Ultra Magnus, embedded in there, dual color. Okay, so let's see real quick now. Let's see if we can do this. So let's take the, okay, let's make this, this, and this. Let's create a component. Oh, I don't want to do that. Undo that. We'll make this a new component. And then we're going to take these two and put them into the PSU cover. Save this. We're going to save it as an STL. Instead of doing one file, we're doing one file per body. Okay. Hit OK. And then we'll just throw them on the desktop. That's fine. Now let's bring up why can't I don't have it bookmarked anymore? Canvas3D.io. There we go. Log in real quick. I'll catch you later, Aaron. I probably won't be on too much longer. So we're going to do a new project. And then we're going to grab the files from the desktop. There we go. So we're going to drag them in, and we're doing not single material, we're doing multi-material. We'll pull that into there. There we go. So we have our 3 models now. So we're going to make number 2 white. 1 is still going to be blue. So we're going to pull 2 to the text. Nope, we're going to. That's the cover. Text is that one, and text is that one. There we go. So there we have those embedded in there. So if I do slice now, and we wait a minute for it to do its giggityness. And just if you don't know, the palette uses Canvas, which is an online slicer. So you have to be connected to the internet in order to use it. There is a modification that you can make to Prusa Slicer to be able to do all of this in there. I have not tried that out. I think it's called P2PP. So it's palette to Prusa Slicer, something like that, or something like that. Or PSPP, Prusa Slicer palette. I don't know. I have not tried that out yet, though. I hear people get good results. You're able to make your purge, I think, a little less in there than here, but that's okay. There. I mean, Canva is actually a very powerful tool, to be honest. You can paint in it and things like that. Very powerful too. Tool. Let's see. Failed to fetch. Reslice. Wonder if I have an issue with my model. Could not be manifold or something like that. Might need to pull it into something and go. For the domain, yeah. I mean, the fact that it's a .io, I mean, why didn't you do canvas3d.com? I don't know. They're Canadians. Maybe that was an issue. Maybe they didn't want to .com.ca. I don't know. I mean, because their main website's not. It's a US domain. I still need to rename the model too. Whoops. There we go. There it is. And that text got blobbed together. Why did the text get blobbed together? I guess this line here is too small. 0.45. That's pretty small. Maybe if I make the text a little bit bigger. Go with 16 millimeters. Either way, I can show you. I'll mess with that later, but in you can see in here where it has that extra bit, and if I pull this down, you can see it's just the back layer there. So you can see it on the inside, which is fine. I don't care. You're not seeing the inside of this model. And it's just putting the thing back there. I probably could make it thinner, but right now it's at 1 millimeter. It's just one swipe each way, so it's very quick and easy to do. But yeah, not too bad. I mean, it is 285 slices still, splices, but that's less than it would be if I was doing each of the letters, I think. And I like having it kind of like pushed in, but with a little color in the back. You know what I mean? I think it's a little bit cooler. I think it's a little nicer. So that's what that looks like in Canvas. But like I said, there we go. We've got this so far. Need to wait for, he does have a different 20, 20, 40. So these are 20, 40, 40s, I think. What he's calling these? 20, 40, 35. So they're 20 millimeters tall, 40 millimeters wide, 35 millimeters deep. But he has a 20 millimeters tall, a 20 millimeters deep, 40 millimeters wide. So you're still getting the full 40 millimeters of grass there. So you still got two bolts holding it in. It's just a little stubbier. And that's going to make room for this. Now, what I could do is, let's see, what's the distance from here? So inspect from this back frame to here is 34 millimeters. It's a millimeter off. I wonder if I can fudge that and move the gantry forward a millimeter, take off my foot there, and fit that in. I wonder if I can still fit the full build volume by moving that 1 millimeter forward. It's definitely an option. Definitely an option to do that. I think I can, though. I'll have to see how the frame attaches. So yeah, lots to think about there. I hope you guys enjoyed this little fusion session of me working on Ultra Magnus again, which is a new custom 3D printer that we're working on in the Discord. If you guys are interested in working on projects like this, you might want to consider joining the Discord, or even more so, join the patrons. The patrons are the ones that are helping me design these 3D printers and work through there. We're having a ton of fun doing it. Cannot stress enough how awesome this is to be able to do it. I was a little less involved with this one, but we are using pieces from Megatron that were created for that printer on this one as well, kind of borrowing bits and pieces of it. But some things are brand new. Again, there are several brand new pieces on this that kind of make it very unique. Most of these are going for that kind of Transformer vibe, but I took a Folgertech 2020 i3 with a little bit of extra parts, and I created Megatron. Here, we're taking an Anet A8 Plus, and we're creating what we're calling Ultra Magnus. He's big, he's bold, he's red, white, and blue, very American, and he's going to be a 3D printer very soon. I am waiting for my Anet A8 Plus to come in. You guys will see a live stream of me build that one night. I'm hoping the next week or two, I'll end up having that printer. We can build it. I'm going to do a very quick review on it, print some parts out, and get my, my opinion on that. I've never bought an A8 before, an Anet printer before. I've never received one before. I hear lots of things about them, but I've never seen one myself. So I'd like to see how it is stock, and then we're going to have some fun. We're going to make Ultra Magnus out of it. So I think it's going to be super fun on doing this. Again, if you guys want to join in, all the links are down below on how you can support me or even just join the Discord. It has gotten so crazy. There's so much traffic going on there right now. There's so much talking going on there. It's fantastic. I honestly can't keep up with all of it now because there are just so many people having so many conversations in there. It's great to learn. Might make some more channels in there just to try and just query out each of the different little topics people are talking about, and kind of just compartmentalize some of that stuff. But yeah, it is super awesome. So if you guys want to check that out, check the links down below. And that's going to be it for tonight. I think on Friday, I might do some more Fusions on other projects. So if you guys are interested in checking all that out, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon. You'll get notifications when I do all these live streams. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. Wash your hands. Happy printing. I'll see you next time.